Introducing eRewards Global Remuneration Professional GRP Courses, a guide to getting the most out of our program in 2021. Hello, and a warm welcome to this short video. eReward is Europe's leading provider of total rewards education, and I'm here to tell you a little bit about how eReward has quickly evolved its approach in the light of the current situation and how courses will be delivered to you in 2021. In these uncertain times, we all hope that sooner or later things will get back to normal. But in terms of new ways of training delivery, we've already learned a lot, and we've made changes to enable you to find time to attend the courses you need. I'm Alan Gibbons, and I want to share with HR and total rewards professionals how you can leverage some of these changes to help you equip yourself with the right skills for the future, and in fact, use the current situation to your advantage. I've been teaching World at Work's excellent global remuneration professional courses all over the world for well over a decade. This qualification, commonly known as the GRP, is the only universally recognized certification for reward and talent management specialists worldwide. 80% of the top global companies employ senior professionals who hold the admired and coveted GRP designation. So, if your future lies in senior HR or reward management, this World at Work qualification is a must. In 2020, I welcomed over 150 European and Middle Eastern participants to the courses which I teach for eReward here in London. I'm working with an additional 100 international participants sponsored by 6 of the world's leading companies, and they're attending corporate GRP courses delivered through our Total Rewards Academy. So as you can appreciate, 2020 was very busy, but we want to make 2021 even better by further improving our delivery skills. We want to make these courses as accessible and as flexible as possible, and I'd like to explain how. There are 10 individual courses that make up the GRP program, and these are normally taken as separate 2-day events with an examination held on the 3rd day. This process has meant that it can take 3 years or more to attend all of the courses in person. But now all this has changed. Firstly, World at Work has successfully introduced a new online examination system, which means that you can take your examinations at home or at work at a time to suit you. Secondly, with all courses having to be delivered online, it was important to work out the best delivery mechanism. For example, is it best to stick to the original classroom 2-day format, requiring you to sit at your screen for 2 solid days, or should we look at shorter, more frequent sessions? Thirdly, participants wanted the chance to study all 10 courses around the same time with a time-focused agenda. So as a result, eReward created the summer school approach, offering all 10 GRP courses over a period of just a few short weeks. This was very successful and was followed last November with a winter school. And in 2021, we will be offering spring, summer, and winter schools throughout the year, each school offering all 10 courses spread over a 3 to 4 week period. Our participants were clear. They wanted to learn in a flexible way at their own pace, with screen time being focused and limited, not taking up substantial parts of many days, making it hard to schedule other activities. We also felt that many of our European and Middle Eastern participants would benefit from some personal one-to-one tutoring so that they can ask questions and truly master what can be a large amount of material in a language which might not be their own day-to-day language. The final result is a comprehensive learning support structure consisting of the following 4 elements. First of all, we will send you your course books. You can download and print these well in advance of the courses that you're taking. Secondly, we will provide online recordings for every single course and every module. These offer unlimited access to participants from approximately 3 weeks before the course begins, and you can keep access to the courses for an extra 120 days following the delivery of your online event. The third element is an intensive 1-day online virtual classroom event, which is carefully structured into 6 one-hour sessions. And finally, we will provide you, as we've already described, with a 1-hour personal individual tutorial to go over any difficult concepts or to explain any complex English language passages in the textbook that may require some clarification. So this is our format for 2021. It builds almost identically on the very successful format that we had in 2020. Next, let's just have a quick look at the schedule for this year coming along. Our spring school for 2021 starts on the 15th of March, continues for 4 weeks, and you, of course, can choose to attend any or all of these courses during the spring school, which ends on the 28th of April. Our summer school commences on the 21st of June with our first course, Total Rewards Management, and ends on the 15th of September. There is a break during July and August for the usual holiday period. Thirdly and finally is our winter school, which starts on the 9th of November with our GR1 course and finishes on the 8th of December with our final course, which is GR17 Market Pricing. We are so confident of helping you to get through the examination process that should you fail an examination, then we will provide you with one free examination retake during the course of 2021. Now, we've put a lot of emphasis onto the course recordings element of the program. So let's just have a quick look at what this looks like in practice and how it actually works. In the 40 courses I have taught using this model, the recordings have been regarded by participants as the most important component. So let's take a look at what you can expect from them. In each recording, we will try to emulate the classroom as far as possible, and we'll take you through every line of each course book, but we will also show the presentation slides so that the two sources of material can be seen in combination whenever this is helpful. For example, when there are complex models to analyze and discuss. We will also find the time to look at sample exam-type questions and to visit the numerous excellent case studies contained in the courses. This is what the recordings look like. There are up to 8 separate recordings per course, making it easy to study them in short sessions if that is better for you. Here is an example of what you'll see during the recording playback of our GR7 International Remuneration course. And here we can see the beginning of the recording of Module 6, Managing International Assignments. The recordings will cover every part of the course book, and of course it's possible for us to highlight certain passages or certain areas which can remind us of what's going to come later on in this particular passage or in this particular section of the book, so that we can determine what the key learning points are when, quite frankly, often there's a lot of text to absorb, a lot of information, and it's important from an HR practitioner's point of view to be able to recognize what the important things are that we need to take away and apply in our own situations. Where we have complex situations to understand, complex issues, for example, here we have localization or host country pay, followed by the balance sheet. We might in fact want to bring up some of the presentation slides so we can look at what is actually in the book in a more detailed way, as we would do in the classroom if we were all together. So we can bring the two of those things up side by side. In order, for example, to study the balance sheet concept in more detail, we can switch to the presentation slide, which brings up the detail in much more clarity, and we can go through how these different types of costs are constructed, ranging from the home country salary right through to the study of the difference between the home country and the host country and the equivalent purchasing power. Or indeed, we can bring both of these together and we can work our way through the presentation slides and through the course book pages during the recording to give whichever is the clearest perception of what we're trying to learn, so that as people go through the recording, they get a really good understanding of the concepts that are being presented. So in this way, we can ensure that the recordings contain the right blend of presentation material, which keeps the recording interesting, and also the elements of every page of the course book, so that we can go through that just as we would in the classroom. So working together, we can work along these side by side, or we can buzz out of one of the slides on the presentation and spend more time on the course book if there are more detailed things to look at, for example, here on this page on severance and redundancy. There is a separate recording for each module on each course, so people don't have to go and find their place again. They can simply choose one of the 7 or 8 recordings for each course, go through it again, so that they can remember precisely what it was that they were perhaps finding difficulty understanding the first time round, and they get the right balance of teaching media through both the presentation and the course books presented together, or with an emphasis on one or the other, depending on which happens to be the easiest to understand at any particular point during the recording. In summary, the recordings offer the easiest way of carrying your own course library with you to be accessed and studied at your convenience before and after the online virtual classroom event. You have 120 days after the online classroom course to take your examination, and so this is where the course recordings really come into their own. We are really excited about this program, and I do hope that you will join me at one of our 3 schools in 2021. You can get a copy of the schedule from Paul Thompson at eReward by emailing paul@ereward.co.uk. Or if you have further questions, please do email me directly at alan.gibbons@therewardpractice.com. Thank you very much for joining me on this video.